Hello everyone, my name is Rupsha Chakraborty and I'm working as an Associate Design Coordination and Architect in PS Group Kolkata, India, as well as a World Architecture Community Country Reporter since the year 2019. It has been around a year since I have been attached to the WAC family, where we are responsible for submitting and writing architectural news and local architectural news which is published on their website. And WAC once again has come up with this new initiative where they are conducting exclusive interview series with their country reporter and editors and with their favorite architects, which will be featured as a part of their online interview series. So when I got this opportunity, I could not think of anybody else but inviting my favorite architect whose work I have been religiously following since my college days. And he is none other than architect Obin Chaudhary. Hello, sir. Welcome to this interactive session with me. So, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you, Ruksha. Thank you, Ruksha, for inviting me here.
Oh, it's a pleasure, sir. So he is the principal architect as well as the founder of Urban Design Studio. And before we move on, sir, I would just like to give a very brief introduction about your studio. So, Urban Design Studio is a multidisciplinary firm which was established in the year 2005, and they have been giving service since the last 15 years. This firm is based in Kolkata, India, and he and his team of architects and interior designers have contributed in designing both national and international projects in Asia, which has earned them a lot of prestigious awards. And their extraordinary work has been featured in many national and international magazines. And one of the biggest achievement, I believe, was when their work had got selected in the Museum of Modern Art New York, one of the most esteemed platform for any designer to be featured in. They aspire to be one of the best in the field, as well as grow every day with their work and make a mark in the field of architecture and designing. So, sir, before we move on, I just want to thank you from on behalf of the WAC family for being a part of this session. And so, shall we begin?
Yeah.
Okay, so we all know, sir, you have been immensely successful in your fields in the last few years, from being on top list of the 100 most successful architects in the subcontinent, as well as being amongst the 50 best architects in our country. And congratulations once again for all the success and awards that you have received till date. You have been an inspiration for all the young professionals and practicing professionals, as well as the students who are currently studying architecture. So, sir, can you just take us back to the journey from where exactly it all started?
So it's a long story, but I'll put it in a very short way. So my father was a very famous mathematicians. So in
Oh,
my family is a lot of mathematicians, but my father always pursued me wherever I want to do. And that is why the architecture started, and it started with seeing Charles Correa's first building in Calcutta. And even after that, when I passed out from architecture as a course, so I was figuring out I should not go through architectural profession, so I should try for something else. So I worked with Provi Mitro, and then left, then joined Lafarge. So in Lafarge, I joined as a customer service executive. I used to take a phone calls because it's for me it's so like for survival, also understanding more like in how cement works and other things. So it's a completely different field suddenly. But what happened is, if you have insight some things, it generally comes out, and that is why eventually I become Lafarge, one of the designers. I start designing multiple things for Lafarge, from a corporate office to book design for retail designs and many other things. Then I left Lafarge, but in that Lafarge, I was in part of the strategic marketing team, and it's an extraordinary learning procedure, because my idea of 360 of design is really captured over there. Then I started my own company called Adler with the two partners. They are fantastic human beings. But eventually, my father actually convinced me that I should focus on architecture, and then I left that company and went for Domus for a certificate course, and that was a very interesting exposure from my side. And I used to get in touch with many other people who are a multidisciplinary design firm in Italy, and that is why it inspired me. And coming back in 2005, so we established Aubin Design Studio, and eventually 2006, Jui, who is my classmate, who joined, and right now She's a partner of that company, and that is why. And today, the studio has a lot of senior people, associates, entrepreneur inside. So they are taking a lot of responsibilities, revenue, and we are trying to make in each and every project to be passionately drive contextually. And I feel that we are enjoying our work, and we try to do immensely in terms of community settlement, designing and interventions on public spaces, intervention on peri-urban area, and that is why the our philosophy also evolved through our journey. So it's an interesting. So I love designing, and I love designing for anything.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm pretty sure after hearing this, a lot of young architects are going to get inspired and move into the same path as yours. So it seems like you, since you were saying you are experienced in this field, and it has been around 15 years since you have been in this field. And we all know that architecture and design has evolved with time, from intrinsic ornamentation work with lime concrete that we say as Tunshur Kirkaj and also terracotta works. And from there, we have moved into sleek high-rise towers with external glazings and all. And could you just tell us about your experience about how this change you have seen this change since its inception, and how are your designs adapting with the daily changing demands?
I think as a studio, a philosophical point of view is that we are also learning and evolving. And the way we see a building, way we see the design process, way we see and projects on 2005, we see and completely different, because that is also kind of learning and evolving process of our studio as a team, as a philosophical point of view, also as a principle. So it's important to take a stand that what you want to establish and what you want to give it back to the society. So every studio must have some kind of stand. So we took some kind of stand, and a stand is a very philosophical point of view. The philosophical point of view is we always believe that we have enough an important responsibility towards sustainability, towards use of less materiality. Also, it's important that how we can serve the common people. Now, I always believe that architecture as a profession, being an architect as a uh, so we don't get that kind of respect what we should get
True.
we should supposed to get in India, because we never drive for the people, we never work for the people. And this is not a practice that only you serve for the high net worth people and create some big building, a small building. But
Absolutely.
if you don't serve the people, and then you don't get the respect. So it is important for us to actually divide our practice more philosophical background and drive for it. It's not about philosophy, it's making it happen. So we are not obsessed about the materiality or a kind of an style or something. We always believe that every project has a very important responsibility, and responsibility is not about the client's responsibility, is our responsibility. The responsibility is to who will be using those things, and it's our choice how we maneuver those responsibility in very honest way. And that is why for last 7 8 years the studio want to create each and every project in a deep rooted. We try to make every project as like a discovery, and it is important for us to explore every materiality to the concept to everything in a very explorative manner. And as I always believe, and as the studio start believing also, that we are absolutely unafraid of anything unfamiliar. So more we get a challenge, we love in the industry of design. So it is without a challenge we really not addicted to our design. So we need some kind of boost in terms of challenge on many folds. So that is important.
Absolutely. Your work shows that a lot. You have designed a lot of public plazas as well as commercial projects, as well as residential projects on
Yeah.
high-rise towers. And absolutely, they are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. And now I'm going to move on to a question, which is a doubt for all the students in architecture. architecture.
Yeah.
That is, there is a myth in architecture that people who draw well can only excel in this subject. So do you think this is justified? Well, I personally believe that it is not at all a justifiable thing, and I'm against this notion because creativity is something which any medium can bring, and especially for designing, I can bring in designing through my writing, I can bring in designing through my sketches or painting, or maybe a nice 3D view that we generally do. So do you have any messages for the young architects who feel deprived of not being able to sketch well?
No, it's not question of a sketch. Honestly
Hmm.
speaking, it's not a question of sketch at all. It is a question of expression. So the
True.
philosophical point of view of our design education has in much lacuna. So what happened is the internationally most of the design process start with a model.
True. Absolutely. And we have not
Okay.
adopted that in our country,
So,
sadly.
I'm not saying a country, but the most of the good colleges has adopted and
Yes.
start practicing from the long time. But many colleges and a maximum colleges has never thought this is very important process of designing, and we have also faced the same thing. So it's not absolutely correct that if you know sketches and you can deliver an architectural profession well, it's not at all correct. So it's important how you express. The
True.
expression is important, and expressions need tools. That tool can be different, but as a design process, as a special quality of process and understanding of the of scale, the model making is the most best process, and that is way that the architecture education starts. I think that is very sacrosanct, that if you start thinking of an XYZ, you need to understand the scale. And if you want to understand the scale, you need to make in 3D. And the making of model and for any kind of material is a very nice process. It's not about sketch. Sketch is an added virtue. So I'll give you an example. All the music directors, if you see, they created a fabulous compositions of various song, okay, but they may not be the best singer,
Right.
but imagine
Absolutely.
they know how to express, and their voice of the singer is a tool for them. So for us, so we have a multiple tools, so we need to choose which tool we are using, and that is the only way you can express and it make yourself in a creative process. So it's the process that you need to use with the tools. It's not only sketches.
That is so amazing of you, sir. Thank you so much for inspiring all the young architects out here. I'm pretty sure now they are going to be more inspired into designing. And now moving on to the most interesting part, that is your projects. And you have designed amazing buildings. I will not debate about that. And you made a mark in this country. Mostly your designs are minimalistic with exposed concrete and brick, and has a beautiful trademark style of having installations in all the project. Be it Najrul Tirtha Kolkata, which was one of your first work and got a lot of recognitions, and Eco Park, a public plaza which is so beautifully designed and it's so soothing to the eyes, and also the RP Goenka Group Corporate House. Wow, what a stunning design was that! And so, what are the key principles that you follow in your design which leads to such good utilization of space and bring a lovely, stunning architectural design?
I think every project has a very uh, the approach of the design. It's a very important in terms of observing or digesting the kind of project brief. So the every project has an immense potential. Is a small or big. It's a immaterial is a small or big. It's important for us to understand who will be using this project, who will be and how this project can be visualized and utilized eventually. So our we go very deep rooted to the brief of the any projects. We go deep rooted in terms of function of this projects. We understand how this building or a project has to be utilized and who will be utilizing and what for the cause. So this is really a kind of a differentiator for our key principles of each project to attack. So when we see any projects and a public buildings, we approach differently because we need to understand cost parameters, We need to understand the parameters who will be making those constructions. We need to understand how the public will utilize these issues in terms of maintenance and other things. We need to understand how minimum footprint we can make, but it could be map absolutely sustainable buildings. So as a theoretical approach, these are the very factors from each project has been handled. But when I approach to the corporate office for, let's say, RP Sanjeev Goenka, it's more about Mr. Goenka has have lot of passions and lot of insights on what he visioned about this office. So I need to really tuned with his vision and start developing with my team about what is the vision and what could be the exploration that we can deliver. And probably it will be an art driven project where his collections become a kind of inspirations for each floor design. But when I come to that Eco Park Plaza, it's about to tribute to the culture
Right.
because it's in terracotta, it's in Pottochitro. So I try to bring those culture, I try to bring those heritage into an, and I need, we try how we can discover something new through these assets which we have. So each project for us and the explorations and thinking about discovery. So the process is part of the discovery. So how you discover? So you need to have a deep research. And how you deep research? You need to really listen to the client. You need to really understand the project. You need to give deep rooted to the site context, where the site exists. Is there a, I can, and who will be the using these things? These are the very important factor when you start designing even a small lock or a large master plan. So
True.
the philosophically, it's a very binded. So for us, it's a very important for us today that each and every project we go deeply and drive our best to explore something. So it means for us, it's creating something. So that discovery of that materiality in terms of philosophy, in terms of form, in terms of spaces, it's an experience, and it's a very collaborative process of enjoying. So the process of making we also enjoy. So that is the way that we approach every projects.
You are also doing one of the so many projects, in fact, with us, with my
Yeah.
company, and it's with Auras Reserve Club and everything, and all the designs and the interior designs are so beautiful. I keep on looking at it, and I'm like, wow, it's
No,
very
in that way,
inspiring.
I think that is one way from our side that we try to explore. Another way that Shodav always is like pushing me to explore the next level. So that is also very important collaborative process. You
True,
need to
perfect.
you need someone sometimes to push yourselves always and push the boundaries.
You are given that really nice liberty and everything, and sir is somebody who is very fond of designing, and that is why all my directors are very fond of designing, and also it is very helpful for us as well to given our ideas as well, ki, like we can do something like this, we can do something like that, so it's
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah. So moving on to the most important question, that is the global pandemic hit,
Yeah.
COVID-19. So we all know about the outbreak of COVID-19 in this year that has happened. So do you think, I know it is going to be majorly affecting our industry, especially the real estate industry. So designs will obviously evolve, designs will obviously change with time. So we will be more cautious. And so what are the design measures that you think that we are going to adopt with time now, and what should be kept in mind onwards, so that there are any other, if such thing again takes place, so we are already aloof of it. So what are the measures that we should take in this process?
So I take it threefold. The question quickly. One is
Fine.
personally, one is professionally, one through a design. What can you do? So in through the design wise, I think the spaces always become more flexible. What you have created earlier. So I always believe build less, use more. So this will be, I think, the only way that we can survive. So many spaces we built is a larger space which is not utilized. I think we need to really think that whatever we built with the minimum footprint, we must utilize 24 into 7. And we have figured it out how flexible the space will be. I think a large infrastructure project like a mall and other things eventually will become a kind of a redundant. So
True.
more ephemeral space will come and it could be more flexible. So it could be not only in housing sector, a space of a smaller family space will become a place for work from home, a place for a leave, stay together, and also very flexible. So, eventually this is the best way to philosophically stay. And I always believe a simplicity. I think the simplicity at least will come forward after after too much of showcasing in terms of wealth and other things. I think this is important for us in our life. And I think as a profession, we need to figure it out how multitasking ability we have, because that is important, because you may not get so many people around you,
Mm-hmm.
because to drive the future you need to really know each and everything. And today through work from home you are almost doing everything.
Yeah, true.
Also
Absolutely.
also in collaborative process, because as a philosophically point of view we are doing a lot of collaborations from the long time. And today people are thinking that we must collaborate. So 5 office, 3 office start collaborating each one, bring all talent together and utilize in different way. And that is why we can survive. And I always believe that sharing and caring, that is one of the most important part. And as a studio, we are always believing from the long time. And people are talking right now. Sharing, caring is not an post pandemic situations. I believe this is a core value we should follow. And as a social project, I think we, as an architect, we never concentrate on the social projects, because so we are doing so many projects. Recently, our 10 project has been showcased in SEPT library. It's called Making a Place. You must be knowing that this project has been actually interventions on acupuncture and peri-urban area. I think architects, architects, young designers should look beyond city, and
True. Absolutely.
probably the opportunity and the work they will get more explorative out of city, not in the city. And the more they concentrate out of city, B town, C town, and the peri-urban and village area, they will be more explorative. And I think India will create much better. Joining hand, young architects should join hand with the government and actually work to the people. And the moment we concentrate and penetrate to the people's mind what architecture can really make their life in terms of valuable, then our in terms of professions will become more valuable. And this is the time for introspections. We must look back and back to the root and think about what, as an architect, what our contribution is. I think that is important. As the post pandemic situations we must think, and the people are crying in the village and the peri-urban areas.
It is very
And
pathetic.
we as an architect we are not doing nothing. And this is our time. If we don't serve our country, don't serve the people through our ability, through our skill set, then we are lost.
So the
So
design I should be like for everybody, not only like you said in your very first point. It should be for everybody, starting from the lower income group to the higher income group, and we should adapt it. We should not think of
yeah,
big projects.
not only see, it's a survival. It's the balance. How you
Right.
balance it your practice. It's important that you should actually serve everyone, but you should not forget that to serving everyone, that the people as a core who are left behind should not be deprived. So there is a many opportunity that we should have, and we should utilize that, because everybody has a lot of skill set and you must utilize that.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. I totally agree to this. And now we are going to move on to one of the most important thing, that is not people, not many people know about the fact that you are one of the advisors in Kolkata Architecture Foundation, a body which promotes sustainable practice and architectural activism in Kolkata and beyond. And what are the activities involved in that? Has this created an impact in the thought process of the people? Like you just said, like have you people worked on these rural development projects and everything? Can you just give us a brief idea about it?
So basically, Kolkata Architecture Foundations has been started with the like-minded people of architects across the city, and eventually, right now, mostly it is driven by our studios, Shohomdeep and Rukmini, who is driving this project along with a very young architects people, and also guided by some senior architects. But the idea of Kolkata Architecture Foundation is very interesting to uh, to bring the public life, to create an awareness to the common mass how architecture as an urbanism should be celebrated. It's not about only the inside the home. It's all about only the form. It's about how in urban level, how the street should be designed, how the park should be encompassed and also celebrated and utilized by the public. So through this intervention, so we have worked with multiple process, like we designed the Gorihat footpath redevelopment along with the hawkers, and we created, and the design has been approved by the civic society, and it has not been implemented just because of political problems, but we are also trying to intervene these things in new town. So not only there will be a lot of uh, below the bridge there will be a lot of negative space, we try to rejuvenate those spaces. Also we try to create very interesting public domain and the streetscapes, also the park to be developed, also the public space, how the public space will be utilized in different format. These are the many activities we are designing, and also we created a Newtown map, which is very interesting because many people doesn't know that Newtown map. So like every city you go, you have a very interesting map,
Right.
tourist map. The Kolkata Architecture Foundation has developed the map, and there'll be a lot of young energetic people are driving this, and they are very keen, and I also invite you to also part of that
I have been a
foundation.
part when back during 2017 once, where
Yeah,
you had conducted a sketch walk for
yeah.
us, and
So
you
sketchwork
have
is
done
one of the,
heritage works. Yeah.
yeah. So we sketchwork is one of the our activity.
Right.
But at the same time, we are now penetrating in more deeper in a public platform. So we're trying to create some kind of very interesting art pieces across the metro pillars. So these are the multiple avenues that we foundation is trying to evolve in terms of awareness of architecture, and also we have a much more detailed visions in terms of we also do samagam. It's a very interesting cultural discourse that we work with the architects. Also many architects come with for lectures, and many non-architect but different professions, ceramic artists, cartoonists, graphic illustrators, they come and how to collaborate in architectural process. So this is a series 2 is happening right now. So I think foundations has we have a big visions, large visions, and we also develop a Kolkata Design Collective with Rukmini, and they are also doing fantastic, interesting art interventions projects across India. And I think being an ADS where the people who are really driving their heart and soul also has diversification in many fields, and that is our aim to penetrate in everybody's mind, and they should respect the idea of design.
This is such a nice initiative. I think all the youngsters are going to look into this interview and surely going to get inspired and be a part of this Kolkata Architectural Foundation and contribute their talent and their best to help you people establish this initiative that you have taken. So, sir, with this, I would just like to ask you one last thing: that do you have any message for the people who are looking at us right now, for all the people that who is seeing us?
I think for me, it's a live life with simplicity, which is one of the important factor in my practice. And I really feel that the people who has contributed to our journey, be our colleagues, the there'll be many people like I must say, like Jui, I talk about Jiben, Shilobbo, Paromita, Tilak, Paula, Shongshu. There'll be many senior people. Our consultant and associates has done immense contributions, and they soulfully contributed. And I think it's a value, the human value, what you added to your professions is important, and
True.
that is where you stand. And we, as a young architect, we must take a stand, that what stand we should take. And if the stand is honest, the approach is honest, and if you feel that this is my goal and I drive for it, and I think, and when I was in Glenn Market masterclass, he said that without pain, without sorrow, without love, nothing good design can come. So it's
Absolutely.
important. It's important for us to drive with love, drive with pain, and drive with the sorrow, and that is why you really enjoy. End of the day, something you can create, and not only create for the individuals, create for the holistic way for the people, and add values to the human life. And that is, I think, and a even young architect practitioner should think, and that is why I think way forward for us.
Well, thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful to have you on board today with us. And on behalf of the WAC family, once again, I would like to thank you for taking out time and being a part of this interactive session. I hope everybody will enjoy after seeing this session and will get inspired from you. Like I have been since my college days, and you have been inspiring me every day with your work. And once again, sir, thank you so much. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Ruksha. Thank you, W Architecture Community, World Architecture Community, for this opportunity. I think this is a fantastic initiative, and I really like to thank you and World Architecture Community for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar. Thank you.
Yeah.